How to spot an INFJ. Looking to make friends with INFJs? It might be difficult to uncover these profound thinkers in the actual world. They are one of the rarer personality types among the 16 Myers-Briggs types, and they can unquestionably fit in with the general population. You might not even be aware that an INFJ is in front of you. It is insufficient to see how they connect with you, because in truth, INFJ's conduct might vary depending on who they are around. INFJs may use various strategies depending on the individual. Then how do you interpret such unpredictable behavior? You must understand how they are impacting your interactions with friends and acquaintances, though. Are you equipped to identify INFJs in your life? So let's go. Hello, and welcome to the channel once more. Today we'll examine some of the characteristics and behaviors that set an INFJ apart from other individuals in public. Have you subscribed and pressed the notification bell yet? If not, be sure to do it now so that you'll be informed of all the most recent news and videos. Let's get started. 1. INFJs are introverts and extroverts. Extroverts and introverts, INFJs, are both. You alternately see them and don't see them. INFJs exhibit an intriguing dichotomy. They are genuine introverts who want alone to refuel, yet they also are adept at overcoming both introverted and extroverted tendencies. Despite their shyness, they are outstanding socializers. I must admit that I have had many INFJ friends growing up. They are able to communicate with their closest pals. INFJs will eagerly communicate their opinions, judgments, or the entire range of their interest if given the chance, and only if you offer them a voice. They are hilarious and inviting, which is a quality I love in INFJs. They are extremely good at listening. A cozy atmosphere is produced by their calming and endearing presence, as well as their frequent and boisterous laughter. But one day you'll discover that these outgoing INFJs are actually less accessible than you may believe. Despite the fact that they had a laugh with you today, pay attention at the next meeting. INFJs are characterized as introverts who shun excessive social involvement. If they are introverted, they either add a second justification or politely refuse the request by providing a good explanation. 2. Contradictions. INFJs produce excellent outcomes while yet coming off as disorganized. The majority of them are trustworthy, organized, and well-prepared. INFJs never highlight how trustworthy they are as workers or leaders, since they constantly keep a spiritual list of their responsibilities. If they choose to take action, they must adhere to this course to the letter. The blatant contradiction of INFJs, however, is an indication that they are conscious of their uniqueness. How can you tell if someone is an INFJ? Look at your extroverted, introverted buddies, who are successful yet have rather vacant expressions. This is particularly valid whether you're alone yourself or paying attention to others. To our amazement, despite the fact that they may not understand what you're saying and may appear to be speaking incomprehensibly, they are eager listeners who want to know what's going on. 3. INFJs are particular about elegance. INFJs don't seem to follow trends, which is one trait I've observed about them. Despite having quite basic fashion preferences, they yet exude a certain elegance. They have a focus on aesthetics, and pretty simply, they are always in good shape. Contrary to others who like to flaunt their brand name on their t-shirts, they favor sophisticated, classy, or plain clothing. Even if they wore the same t-shirt as the rest of the group, you would still notice that they have a certain air of sophistication and refinement. While some INFJs appear smart, the other INFJs appear somewhat ordinary. It can be a silver necklace or a pair of dangling earrings they own, or makeup that seems healthy and natural on it. Maybe it's a sleeve that goes well with their well-ironed attire, their deliberate steps, and their keen awareness of their surroundings. INFJs tend to be refined and tidy. 4. INFJs are rational yet secretive. Possibly the most logical feeler are INFJs. They are clever individuals who prefer to consider all the options and are empathic and caring at the same time. You enjoy learning new things and are a skilled conversationalist. INFJs are energetic and informed, but they lack some of the aggression of other thinkers like ESTJ, INTJ, and ENTJ. Instead, they like civil conversations or decent exchanges. They are susceptible to bullying, nastiness, and all types of hostility. INFJs can avoid offending someone if there is one item. I noticed this regarding my INFJ pals. You can converse intelligently and delicately, but most INFJs don't attempt to address it when someone challenges them or attempts to escalate the debate to a very combative level. They respond, "All right," and then let them speak as much as they like. When people attempt to engage in conversation with them, they do not start a fresh discussion or take part. They simply smile, nod, and listen. 5. The sense of humor of INFJs is particular. Their particular sense of humor is one of the blatant indicators of INFJs. These smart thinkers are clever and quick to respond to jokes and puns, to put it mildly. They can deliver a clever punchline that I've never heard of before because they have a good sense of timing. Although they aren't your normal comics, they have a tendency to be amenable, linked, surprising, and funny with a deep purpose, which makes them exceptionally upbeat. It can range from light children's jokes to dark, sardonic, and cheeky humor, depending on who you are with. They frequently act extroverted and pumped while hanging out with close pals. And if you spend a lot of time with them, you'll discover that they have a really unique, fascinating, and erratic personality. 6. INFJs come out scary at first. INFJs probably think of the phrases intimidating and intense before speaking. They may not be aware of their resting bee face, to which some INFJs refer. However, INFJs' unrelenting computational nature is the sole reason this occurs. They are drawn to search for, consider, and comprehend what is around them as a result of their dominating function, introverted intuition. INFJs take deliberate action before they can take action. They must first know what to do. But do not fret. As soon as the Ice King or Queen starts speaking, the game ends. False impressions start to fade as their warmth and energetic nature start to pervade the room. 7. For each new individual they encounter, INFJs might alter their demeanor. The INFJ can appear as full happiness in human form or as a tender individual like a blossom on a thin wall. On the other side, they may also be cursed dragons for those who can take such crude comedy. INFJs are flexible in that way. INFJs look for areas of affinity with other people. It's similar to creating a personal culture in terms of their actions, words, and interactions with everyone present. INFJs might unintentionally alter their conduct and demeanor depending on who they are with, unlike other personality types that everyone regards equally. INFJs are also referred to as social chameleons because of this. The goal of the chameleon effect is to imitate other people's actions. This is a fantastic way for making individuals feel content and engaging with others. INFJs are attractive because of this. So if you observe someone transferring their personality from one person to another, they could be INFJs. 8. INFJ has a broad field of vision. Where to look for INFJs in public? INFJs occasionally have this empty, out-of-focus stare that indicates their body is in the here and the now, but their thoughts are still in their heads. You should take a broad view and move far. This typically occurs when paying close attention to others, managing circumstances, or digesting information. They could be nearby, but they're actually in a different dimension. Don't watch for such INFJ appearances because they don't happen at random. Wait for INFJs to concentrate on engaging activities like theater, movies, and discussions. They pause and look aimless as they attempt to completely comprehend what is ahead. I noticed an INFJ acquaintance doing that when we were at the theater. I must admit that it confused me quite a bit when I first saw it. The movie's summary makes me emotional and in awe because I'm an INTP. I asked an INFJ acquaintance to show her joy, but to her surprise, she was expressionless. Her astonished stare abruptly changed to a smile, as if she had just realized she was staring at me. I then worried if she was bored by the movie based on her chuckle. It turned out, though, that she had far more faith in the tale than I did. In truth, they occasionally have a bored, distant, and disinterested appearance. However, the fact is that 1,000 yards of look reveal their critical comprehension and in-depth analysis. During a conversation. When conversing with someone who seems to be an INFJ, pay attention to the following indicators. They pay close attention to what you say and provide you nonverbal and occasional spoken feedback so they can comprehend you and relate to you. They give a response that enables you to carry on the discussion in the direction you wish. When you bring up a subject they find interesting, their eyes light up. They become really thrilled to talk about it, and they may even startle you. They genuinely engage you by asking you questions, but you subsequently discover that they don't often discuss themselves with you. They appear to find discussing talks and disagreements to be uncomfortable. It might be uncomfortable and challenging to order your ideas when you ask questions that cannot be addressed right away. Their interactions frequently include abstract symbolic terminology and allusions that are useless to most of the people around them. Deep questions thrill them, but they frequently have to consider their responses. During group activities, the INFJ personality type may be engaging in at least some of the following. The INFJ often maintains a composed demeanor and spends more time listening than speaking while others are speaking. They can act natural in social circumstances, give off the appearance of comfort, and effortlessly carry on a discussion. Even when they are not participating, they find conversations and arguments uncomfortable. If there is a chance of upsetting peaceful exchanges, they could intervene and send out peacemakers. INFJs are frequently found alone or in small groups toward the perimeter of the room. If there are buddies in the group, INFJs are more likely to hang out with or return to them. They may leave for a few minutes, and in some circumstances very frequently, as they need to take a little break from socializing. Over time, interactions. You could observe some of these traits when you spend more time with an INFJ. You should continue a discussion from a few days or weeks ago. You must eventually go past them and offer something. They appear strange because their minds don't appear to function normally. Yet for some reason, it makes perfect sense for them to be that way. They often daydream while speaking and spend a lot of time in their brains. Their well-being and easy engagement are very important to them. They are significantly more inclined to speak up and defend others than they are to defend themselves. They have a kind, approachable, and humble appearance. There are several ways to look at questions and situations. They make it challenging to decide what perspectives they are on. They are a lot smarter than they appear to be, or more clever. Or if they first see when they are more logical, they feel things deeper than you initially thought. They favor structure in the outer world, even though they could be the only ones who comprehend how well it is structured. Yet they can be shockingly laid back and unsure of themselves. Being in a group of people they know makes them feel really relaxed, open-minded, and more at ease to be themselves. INFJs may come out as humble and laid back. These intuitive intellects, however, are unquestionably deep thinkers who have a keen awareness of their surroundings, the ability to blend in, the ability to draw others to them with their echoing warmth, and the capacity to develop logical idealism that may benefit reality. INFJ also contradicts itself. Despite possessing all of these qualities, they frequently have a sense of serene, sleepy appearance. You now know how to spot an INFJ when you see one as a result of all this information. Become a subscriber of this channel if you enjoyed the video. Remember to click the bell to receive the alerts for when new content comes out. If you really like this video, consider sharing it with your family and friends.